Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Frank Fracture just called me a young Jimmy Buffett. I'm a young Jimmy Buffett. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you guys. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. Good to see the fam. Now we're back to the crypto fam. Brandon, what's going on, man? Interactive, Elliot. I see everyone in here. What's going on, guys? I think there's only one thing we need to say today, guys. There's only one thing we can do, and then we can end the stream. Sound good? One thing to say. You guys could probably guess what it is. There is literally no friggin' volume on the mother flippin' fucking choking jots. I'm done with this shit. I'm quitting. Jordan, you can get yourself another co-host. I am done. There is zero volume in this shit. Christ. I'm done. You guys will never see me again on here. I am over. I am no longer a host. I'm out. All right, guys. What's going on? Happy Monday, guys. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Like I said, I had a fantastic weekend. I saw the fam this weekend. It was awesome. And Bitcoin didn't do much, so it's not like you really missed me because Bitcoin is in the same spot as when I left. So, you know, a lot of the stuff we can say are a lot of the same stuff. But I have a lot of shit to go over today, guys. I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic where we're at right now. I could see it in the chat early on, right? We're getting to that, what do you call it, the empathy stage, where everyone, you know, Bitcoin in reality, right, is down 13% from the highs, but it seems like Bitcoin has had a 50% dump, right? That's kind of what the market feels like. And we said why? Why? Because altcoins haven't been performing well. But I think there's some reason to be maybe a little bit optimistic over the course of the next couple months on what's to come. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Pay attention, guys. I think right now is sort of that, there's no reason to look at anything less than the daily time frame. It's completely pointless right now, completely pointless. But we're going to have some fun today and look at what I'm looking at and what is my base case going forward, which might be short-term, kind of boring, but I think it gets me super excited, as Rover would say, on what's about to come, guys. What is going on, Bath? Bath, what is your picture? Is that Sam Bankman-Fried? What is going on in there, man? Holy shit. Crypto7 said, hope Sydney doesn't dump. Bro, I think if you're projecting anything besides a sideways move, you're probably wrong, if I had to guess. And any type of short-term time frame move, I think you're projecting anything but sideways. Right? Let me get the wrong buzzer in there. There we go. I think you're wrong if you're projecting anything but sideways. Incognito, what's going on, man? Interactive said, I have no empathy. Interactive, you never have empathy, man. You're always one of like the studs who always comes in here telling people to hit up the like button, telling people to put a smile on their face. It's Interactive. It's Handleton always coming in here with the smiley faces, giving those positive good vibes. We're gonna have some good vibes tonight. I don't want to be one of those Debbie Downer freaking people, because there's really no reason to be a Debbie Downer right now. I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic. And we'll talk about that today. Don't rage at me. What's going on, man? Appreciate the membership. Don't rage at me is always coming in here with the memberships, man. I can't even say thank you enough. You've probably given away like 40 memberships. You're insane, man. You're literally insane. Always coming in here, bro. We out here. Let's go. Bath is always in here being a weirdo with this with Sam Bankman-Fried. Apathy. There we go. Apathy. Maybe not empathy. The opposite of empathy, which is apathy. You know what I mean? BTC is like a stable coin. Yeah, I think it might stay like that for a little bit. So let's jump on into what I wanted to talk about today, guys. So let's start with Bitcoin, right? So when I left, we were sitting, I think, what was it, on Friday? Right here. And look, we're at the exact same prices we were on Friday. Would you bet on it? Like I said, you guys didn't miss me at all, right? Not what so freaking ever. Yeah, to be honest, Jordan, we didn't miss you at all. There's no reason to watch you. We didn't miss you. You're not funny. You're ugly. And quite frankly, Jordan, I gotta say, actually, I'll tell you this one later. This one's kind of rude, all right? But we didn't miss you. That's all I'll say, all right? What's going on, guys? Thanks, Bob. But yeah, so let's get into it. So Frank Fractal said you weren't here. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Clint's coming in with 10? Bro! Clint. You guys, I can't even get started with the stream yet.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Clint's coming in with 10 memberships on a random Monday. You gotta love Clint, man. Clint, I need to see if... I keep saying this, man. When is Clint's Corner gonna come on? I need some Clint's Corner episodes. It's kind of like you guys said, Jordan, we want more Cam Fam episodes. Well, you know what? I'm not going to make a Cam Fam episode until Clint makes a Clint's Corner episode. We got a deal, Clint? All right, so if you guys want an episode, you got to tell Clint to get on his shit. You forgot your shoulders are misaligned? Are they? There might be a little. I think the camera's a little bit misaligned. I think that's one of them. Anyways, let's talk about where we are. So we're still below that $27,400 level. Right, coming in right here, where we're still just kind of waiting. I think at this point, the fact that we haven't seen that follow through yet, I would have thought if we were going to dump, I still think we can go lower here, and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. But I think if we were going to dump hard, we would have already done it. I don't think we would just be sitting up here. The fact that we're just kind of chilling up here shows that the Bears have a little bit of weakness, in my opinion, up here. They're not really stepping up their game, and kind of like what we've been comparing this time period to, guys, is 2 time periods in Bitcoin's history. Okay, we have a... Holy shit. We got too many people coming members, man. Jim Bob. I see Jim Bob became a member. Shout out to Jim Bob. But we got 2 time periods to compare this to, guys. We got 2020 and 2015. I want to show you guys what I mean and why there's a reason to be optimistic when everyone's starting to feel bored and giving up hope, especially with altcoins. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. Not saying FOMO into altcoins, but we'll start with Bitcoin. Right, so Bitcoin. There's 2 time periods we can compare to. This is the 2020, right? Before we went into, right, the obviously uptrend that we did in 2020, right? We were coming in right here, right? And if you kind of look at where we're at, dude, we've done some of the same shit. We came up, we consolidated for about 3 months in here, right? We got the next move up. Now we've consolidated for about another 2.5 months up here. And you can see we did get that move down. It's just the weird thing that's coming on in here. And I'll show you guys 2015 too. We did the same thing. It's weird that Bitcoin hasn't just seen that poop down to 25K, because everyone and their mother is calling for 25K. Still could come, but that's the kind of the level everyone's calling for. We just kind of stopped right here, right? We came down and we just kind of stopped. We're in the past, when we broke this, we got just slammed back down to that previous high. But this time, we got slammed back down to the 200-week moving average, and we just kind of sat there, right? And if you look at what we did in the past, right? I'm just going to kind of overlay this one. And this was 2015, right? Before we went into the bull run, which was right here. I'm actually going to overlay this one too. I'll show you guys this one first. This is 2015 before we went into the big cycle, right? And we take that kind of same price action where we had that first top, we came up, we got rejected, we got the second move up, and then we kind of consolidated up here. We got that fake little move up, we dumped. We kind of did the same thing, right? We came up, and then we just got slammed back down to that previous high. We got slammed back down. But we just kind of sitting here, man. And it's very weird, right? Because these two times, we did big W formations, right? You can see here, came down, up, down, with like a kind of a double bottom, and then obviously we moved up from there. And this one, look, we also did the exact same thing, right? We dumped, we came up, we came back down, we consolidated on a higher low, and then we came back up, right? I think we're somewhere in this range, right? Somewhere in here. And it's that boring time period. It was the exact same thing in 2020. If you guys were around in 2020, back in this zone, back here in 2020, dude, this is exactly how the market felt back here. Savvy was making videos saying we're going to 3K. He's saying he sold all his Bitcoin right in this candle right here. He said he's getting out of the scam, right? Everyone was bored as hell right here because this was a freaking, this right here was a freaking, we stayed in here for 74 days, right? And we're only like 60 something days into this one. It was the exact same thing, right? Bitcoin got it moved down. Everyone was acting like it was the end of the world, right? Bitcoin went from 3K to all the way up to 12, pulled back to 9. You would have thought Bitcoin was dead, even though it was still up 3x from the lows, right? It's kind of that same thing going on right now, man. And it's the same thing as 2015. And that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. And it's not just Bitcoin, it was the altcoins too. But I just wanted to start with Bitcoin here, right? Let's go over here and coming in right here. Right? It's the exact same thing, bro. And I think we're somewhere in the zone, which to me, I told you guys, I think it is a high chance we could just be going sideways for like at least another month, if not longer than that, right? And I know that's not fun. I know that's boring as shit, but you got to look at this optimistically. And in my opinion, this range in here between wherever we range from, like 24 to 28, is this, in my opinion, is the last accumulation phase, in my personal opinion. People won't tell you that. Everyone thinks we're going to do this, we're going to do that. In my opinion, this to me, unless we see like another COVID dump or some shit, is the last accumulation phase, in my opinion. And I'm feeling very confident about this. All right, I usually don't feel that confident. I'm usually like, oh shit. I'm feeling very confident about this because I've seen this twice in the past. So that's kind of where I think we're at with Bitcoin. I think, we probably end up just, shopping in here for a little bit, right? Whether we go to 25K like we did in the past, or this was the low right here, probably end up just chopping right in that zone, man. Let's see. That's right. Yeldar, what's going on, bro? Let's freaking go, man. I'm pumped for what's to come. And I got more to show you guys, and I'll show you guys why I'm so optimistic, not just from a chart perspective, from a macro perspective too. Let's go, man. Let's go. I got some renewed energy today, man. Right? Taking 2 days off, you come back with that energy, right? So that's Bitcoin on the daily, and it makes sense on the weekly because where are we at on the weekly? It all kind of puts together. Where are we at on the weekly? Well, this is our first retest of the 50 moving average support band, which we said if Bitcoin's going to be bullish, it's got to hold this. And where did we exactly get a bounce at 25,800? Well, funny enough, happened to be the 50 moving average, right? And where else did we bounce off? We bounced off also the 200-week moving average, which we're kind of just slowly kind of holding, kind of like a pussy. Like Bitcoin's kind of being a little pussy in here, right? It's kind of holding it, kind of making you think, oh shit, is this going to hold or is this not going to hold, right? It's all about a weekly close, but as long as we close weeklies above the 50 moving averages, it's all good, right? So kind of the same thing on the weekly. I think we're just going to end up shopping in this zone in here before we eventually get it moved back up to the upside. right? I don't know about time, but I guess we can look at the fractals and say, okay, if it's going to play out like this, right? Again, like it did in the past, right? If it's going to play out like this, right? We're just going to, let's just say it plays out like this, right? I'm not making shit up. I'm just looking at what's happened in the past. You would think that, you know, see, we did two different things. Actually, I'm on the wrong thing. Here we go. I would say that I would expect, just get mentally prepared, right? Get it in your head. This might not happen. I hope we pump tomorrow, we dump tomorrow, we do something, right? But get mentally prepared, I would say, to go sideways for at least another 2 weeks. Right? Be mentally prepared for that. I hope that does not happen because I'm about to go insane. I went insane last Friday. I was like, Maya, I'm about to go insane. Right? She could tell you this. I actually did that. Right? I was like, I'm about to go insane. This is freaking boring as hell. But I would say get mentally prepared for at least another 2 weeks of sideways. If we're going to play out like this. If not longer, right? I still think that you can possibly do longer. But if we're going to do something like this, I would say, you know, into like mid-June would be when we're actually going to get a move out of this freaking zone, right? Which makes sense because what do we got coming up on June 13th? We got, you know what we got on June 13th, right? So if you don't believe in the charts, let's talk about the macro, right? I'm kind of going to put this all together, man. I'm going hard in the paint today. I'm sorry if I'm going hard in the paint. Let me know if you like when I go hard in the paint, man. Let's go. Let's go. I'm pumped up today. Don't rage at me coming in with 5 more memberships. Holy shiitake mushrooms. You guys are crazy today, bro. John Phillips also became a member. Shout out to John Phillips, man. You guys are crazy. We're doing 16. We have 16 memberships today. You guys are nuts. Maybe I should go on a two-day vacation more often. And then Amp Knight said Hawaiian pizza on us. Bro, Amp, I'm trying to be on a little bit of a diet, man. I ate like shit this weekend. I had what did I have this weekend? I think I had every bad food this weekend when I went to see my family. I think I had chicken parmesan, pizza, some teriyaki chicken. What else did I have? There was one other thing I had. Oh, and I got some breakfast food too. It's like I'm not eating anything for the rest of the day. I had breakfast today, and that's it. I'm fasting for the rest of the day today. No more food. Do not even tease me with the Hawaiian pizza, bro. Don't even tease me with that shit. We're going hard in the paint, unlike the Celtics. The Celtics have 0% chance of coming back, by the way, guys. They're playing like dog shit. I've never seen a team play so bad. I'll tell you this, though. The Heat have hustled everyone. They have hustled everyone. Everyone thought the Heat were an afterthought. They're just coming in, just casually beating the Bucks 4-1. Sweeping the Celtics, probably. The Knicks might win the most games against the Heat. These teams are hustling, man. Oh, my God, bro. Like, who are they? What is this team? You got freaking 3 undrafted players acting like Michael Jordan out there. What the heck? What the hell is going on? All right, anyways. So let's assume another 2 weeks for Bitcoin. But what's coming up on those dates? So let's say this follows the fractals like this, right? What's coming up on those dates which could cause a move up? Well, this is exciting. Don't take this number for exact. It's not going to be this number. Usually this lags a little bit behind this. But if we look at what's coming up on June 13th, we have CPI day. And then what's coming up on June 14th? We have FOMC meeting, right? So on June 13th, look at this number that we got there right now, guys, on inflation. Look at this shit, man. Now, I don't think we're going to get this number. It always comes in higher than this number, but it's about the trend, right? So last inflation report was bad, right? I mean, not bad. We stayed flat because it's based first off last year, right? Now, we look at where this comes to versus last year. Look at how far this has dropped down, right? And it all kind of comes together when you think about it, right? You put everything together and it all makes sense. We got trueflation down to 3.04%. Once again, it's not going to be this number. It's going to be higher than this number, but it's about the trend, right? We got this dropping like a mother flipping. I can't say the F word on YouTube because there's a lot of kids we're watching, so we can go.
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
We got this shit coming back down, all right, to 3.04%. Let's go. All right, so we got this going on. And then we got CPI the day before the FOMC meeting. If the CPI comes good on Tuesday on CPI, then I expect the FOMC meeting for them to not raise rates. So we have two things that could be very, very good for the macro, right? So when you put the fractal together plus the macro at that same time frame, that gives you something that makes sense based on these fractals. It's not like one of those things where it doesn't make sense. It makes perfect freaking sense, right? So that's why I think these fractals make a lot of sense. And it's not just the Bitcoin chart. It's not just the fractals. It's not just the fact that Bitcoin sitting above the 200-week moving average, sitting above the 50-week MA bands, right? You got the stock market moving up for now, right? That could change by the time this comes around. But you got the NASDAQ still making highs, right? Another higher daily close today. S&P, another higher daily close today. You got stock markets continuing up. As long as those stay strong, I eventually expect Bitcoin to follow. That's not going to maybe not follow tomorrow or the next day, but eventually follow. And sort of the thing that gets me excited in here, man. You're so macro, Bo. Thank you, Anderson. Actually, not macro. I just kind of, I like to use it. I like to see, okay, if I'm feeling bullish in the charts, does a macro kind of match that? Right now, it kind of does. I mean, in my personal opinion. Some people would disagree, but, we all have different opinions, you know what I'm saying?
Rant alert.
Anyways. Yeah, congrats to the all members, man. We had like 16 new members today. You guys are absolutely crazy, bro. Squirt said, "What's up, Jordan?" I thought you called me a gangster. I was like, Palm, someone thinks I'm a gangster? Not with this shirt. I am not a gangster with this shirt. Look at this. I got a button little 3. This is the most fancy shirt I wore on stream ever. Usually I'm just wearing a t-shirt, a hoodie, or a sleeveless hoodie. But I got the 3 button shirt today. It's nice. Hope you're kicking ass on gains and accumulating them alts for the future. Nice to see BTC wick to 20K. It would. I don't think you're going to see that. I could be wrong. Just based off what I'm looking at, I don't think you're going to see 20K again. At least right now, right? Maybe it happens end of the year or like on the Fed pivot or something. But right now, based on what I'm looking at, I don't think that's going to happen. For your sake, for all the bears, hey, for all of my bear viewers, maybe you guys can get a nice wick down to 20K, right? I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it as long as it's a wick. I don't want to stay down there. But if we get a wick, like a big scare down to 20K, frick it, man. Let's go. Bring it on, bro. We just don't want to close down there. If we close below 20K, that would be a problem. That would be a huge problem. We probably would have more stuff to deal with if Bitcoin closed below 20K. We probably wouldn't care about crypto at that point. That would mean the economy is probably dead, at that point. So let's not, like everyone hoping for Bitcoin to go like below 20K again. You're basically hoping for the economy to break. I don't think you guys understand that, like the overall repercussions of that. Like you don't want that to happen, right? You don't want that to happen, man. Right? Probably means that 20% of you guys get laid off from your job. Like you don't want that. Okay? It's always the funny thing. Yeah, man, let's get Bitcoin below 15K again. To get it that low, like, dude, something's gonna break. Like bad. We don't want that. Yeah, but you got stock markets continue up. Now let's look at altcoins. So I don't think altcoins are mooning just yet. Okay, but a lot of them are showing signs in the next, they're kind of showing within, I know this is like kind of a long time frame, but I'll show you guys why I'm like I don't know the length, and it kind of depends on when Bitcoin's going to get a move, but they're kind of showing based off the past. A lot of them are doing almost the same exact accumulation pattern that they were doing in 2019 and 2020, right? Not going to make it up. I'm just going to overlay the price action from 2019 and 2020 over the current price action, and you guys can decide for yourself. But so we looked at Bitcoin, right? A lot of similarities in there. This is, I have a few altcoins that were around in 2019, 2020. The problem is a lot of the big ones weren't around then, but some of them that I have, data for in here. So showing that signs. We showing the signs. You know what I'm saying. But I want lower prices for my DCA. Oh, shit. No, you should have bought. We were just there. We were just at 15K. Actually, Sierra, you're right, man. We actually were at, how long ago we were at 15K? That was in November. So we have to only go back like 7 months. 7 months to get back to there. So like altcoins, right? They can certainly still go lower, guys. I'm not saying the altcoins are bottomed out. I think they can still slowly bleed out. Like until Bitcoin gets that next leg, I still think altcoins will slowly bleed out, right? So like this is Theta, for example, right? So I just took the price action from over here back in this time frame and overlaid it. Now, obviously understand we had COVID, right? So COVID kind of threw off the chart a little bit, right? You kind of like get a massive dump down lower than you would have if COVID didn't happen, right? But if we just kind of took the price action, right? And we put this over like this, right? And this is just one of them, right? So don't be like, oh my God, it's not exact. It's not about the exactness. It's just about the structure, right? So it's about the low, you coming back up, right? You making a lower low, you coming back up, right? And then coming back down to that final low, right? Now where that comes in, like I said, it's probably going to slowly bleed out still until Bitcoin gets that next leg up, which we said could be any time in the next few months, right? I have no clue. Based off the fractal, it should be in like, 3 weeks or so. So keep that in mind. But Theta, kind of looking for that last flush. Now, last time we had COVID, so we got flushed way lower. I don't think you go that low again. It's just showing 44 cents. I don't think you're going to 44 cents once again, because I don't think we're going to go through something like we did with COVID. But we're kind of at that last low where right before you're kind of getting that push up. Now, what could cause that? I don't know. You guys are saying, Jordan, what the hell would cause altcoins to pump up like this? That's the thing about the charts. You don't know, but there's always something that comes out that would cause this. And my take is that the macro conditions, right? Inflation getting peppered to the downside, the Fed pausing mixed with, I don't know, maybe something else. I don't think we're going to pump like this. This was obviously because of money printing, but the uptrend could start, in my opinion, right? We probably do something more like this, in my opinion, right? And the uptrend starts. I don't think you're going to go parabolic like this. It's a way different time frame, right? But that's just Theta, right? It's more about the structure. So that's Theta. The other one we're looking at is the Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic's my favorite one in here because it's like literally the exact same shit, and it makes a little bit more sense. Like this is Ethereum Classic from back here in 2019 and 2020, right? This price action right here, right? You see, I didn't change it. I didn't squish it. I didn't do anything, right? Because I personally hate fractals when people take a fractal and then they squish it or expand it. Like that defeats the whole purpose, right? Because a lot of the fractals about price action and time, Like what's the point of taking like a 1 hour fractal and putting it on a daily chart? Yeah, it's kind of pointless, right? But if you look at this, it's the same thing, weekly chart, right? We bring this over, and just like we kind of talked about with the Bitcoin like analysis, this would kind of show, right? And it makes sense based on what we expect for Bitcoin too, that we're kind of like right in this zone, right? We dumped, we got a big pump, we came down, we made a lower high, right? And we're kind of just in this zone right here, in my opinion, where you're going to kind of slowly go down and sideways. This shows another few months. Is it another few months? I don't flipping know. I don't know if it's 2 months, 3 months. I don't know if it's tomorrow. But, if we're going to follow this, right, and it makes sense for Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes sideways for another 2 or 3 weeks, starts to move up, and then altcoins catch a little bit after that. Kind of makes sense, right? Something in this zone. Basically, my point for this is be prepared for more boring action, right? I'm bored. We're all. But where's my guy George, man? Where's my guy freaking George when I need him in the chat? Where is he? I'm bored. We're all bored, guys. I have something to talk about today. I just want to let you guys know that I had a blast at Bitcoin Miami. Do you guys see my video? I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am bored. Very, very bored. But Bitcoin Miami was a great. I drank a lot. I asked people about XRP. It was great. Thank you, George. But, yeah, so in this zone, basically my point is probably be prepared for a little bit more boring action, right? But really nothing going on, right? That's already kind of been the case for like 3 weeks now, but probably more of that. If this is going to play out, right? Because look, if this happens like this, and Bitcoin does something like this, right, where it's kind of going to chop in here for another 3 weeks, Makes perfect sense, right? Chopping here for another 3 weeks or so. Something pushes us up. My guess is it'll be CPI and the Fed saying some stuff. I don't know. And you see a run, right? That's my overall outlook. Unfortunately, we have to get to mid-June, which is going to be kind of brutal in my opinion. But Joe, what do you think about XRP? Yeah, XRP is another one, man. We can look at XRP for sure. But dude, all altcoins, they all are at like weekly support levels. They're all like at that point where it makes sense. We'll look at a few of them, right? So this is Ethereum Classic. Doge is another one. Just an example. I'm not saying buy these ones in particular, just showing you guys the similarities from last cycle. Doge right in here, same thing, right? Move down, right? Accumulation phase, big pump, right? And look at this. All this price action that we had this cycle was news driven. But despite the news, you did the exact same. That's how dude, the market is pre-planned, man. Like despite, okay, Elon pumped it this time. But you notice how even when Elon pumped it, it happened to be exactly where it should have been. Like that's all. I really think we live in the Matrix. I really, really do. But like right in here, like Doge gets a big pump, comes back down, comes back up again, comes back down to support again, gets a big pump. This is when Doge Twitter shit, right? We came back down. I think we're somewhere, right? It's obviously not one-to-one, but you guys get the point. Somewhere in here, right? And it's the same thing as ETH Classic. We're in this like boring time period right here where we might kind of just slowly drip down and sideways for like, I don't know, a few weeks to even a few months, right? If we want to be totally realistic and not super moon boys, I mean, I think this time period could be longer than most expect. And you can already see it. Everyone's getting bored. It's called time capitulation or I said apathy. I said empathy, but that's the opposite of what it is. It's apathy. Where everyone's just like, why the hell? Why am I not in the stock? I'm selling all my crypto for stocks, bro. Stocks are pumping, crypto's not doing anything. And as soon as everyone does that, it's just like when you sell your altcoin, and then your altcoin pumps. Right? It's kind of I think we're in that same period in there. But Doge kind of the same thing right in there, right? XRP is another one where it's just, dude, XRP, you just never know what XRP. I want to buy XRP, man. I want to buy, like, and if I'm saying this, I'm being legit because I hate XRP. Well, I hated XRP. I'm very pissy about XRP. Not that I hate XRP in general, but like the project itself, I have bad taste in my mouth from XRP. But I want to buy XRP at this trend line. But so far, it just ain't giving it yet. I just want to buy this simple trend line, right? That's all I want to do. Just give me the simple trend line. If it goes lower, whatever. But I will take the gamble at that trend line right there. But it just hasn't gone down there, man. I bought like a little bit in here, right? Because this was like the 618 retracement in here. I was like, okay. I said I was gonna buy the 618 retracement. I'm being kind of greedy in here. So I'll buy a little bit right here. So far that's up. But I want to buy I still want it to come lower, but like I said, I'm being kind of greedy. But if we expect what to expect for Bitcoin, we expect alts to kind of just slowly bleed out like this, I'll probably get that opportunity. If that's kind of the case, right? But XRP is another one, just kind of doing the same shit. I don't really have a fractal for XRP, but it's just kind of this upward sloping accumulation, right? Where like you just in a bear market and then you start making higher lows. Let's see. Clint's Corner said, you won't buy XRP, just like you didn't buy Tesla. You'll be wrecked again in your short-sighted analysis. Oh, dude, my analysis is not short-sighted right now. I'm looking way more forward. I don't even want to look at like shorter-term time frames because they're so pointless right now. They really are. Like, I see some of these videos pop up on YouTube and people being like, Bitcoin's next, like, they're drawing like, I don't know, like symmetrical triangles on the 1 hour time frame. It's like, bro, more than likely your symmetrical triangle is going to break out to the upside and then come right back down, or break to the downside and come right back up. Like, like the short-term time frame TA is so pointless right now. It is. Oh man, it really is. Let's see. Render's been looking good. Yeah, last this. Render's been looking really good, man. It's been looking really good. Really good. Use the Budweiser chart for XRP. incognito, so I haven't have enough patience for XRP. Yeah, me either. That's why I've waited till now. I think now is the time. I don't know. I have something in my balls. Something in my balls. Just the way I'm looking at all the altcoins and the same patterns that they did last cycle. I just have a feeling that something's gonna happen with the SEC. Maybe not with XRP, but like we get some type of something happen. I don't know, because you guys saw these fractals. They're all the same price action. But what's the news that is going to cause all those things to happen? Because there's always something that happens. Are we finally going to get something like some SEC clarity or some shit? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Could be anything, right? Might not be anything with altcoins. Maybe it's just the macro looking better and everyone gets pumped and buys alts. I don't know. It could be anything, right? But yeah, XRP is another one. I could go through all of them. I mean, they're all like, even the ones that aren't in that, fractals, they're all kind of sitting where, like they're all at lows. Like AVAX, literally at the like range low at 1390. I mean, you can go to like freaking Atom, just kind of chilling, like just going side, like doing what we said, it's just like slowly coming down and sideways. But at that kind of range where like this is the accumulation range in here. I mean, you can look at anything, man. I could go down the list. Like, I'm not a big fan of algo. Ever since Gary the freaking lizard snake came in and made fun of Algorand, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with algo now. But that's probably when you should buy it, right? But even Algorand, right? Got hammered by the SEC. I mean, look at where it is, man. I mean, I know most people look at this and say, shit, man, like that's bearish. But like, I always say with the market, man, you want to buy shit when no one wants to. And then, like, this is one of those things where like probably no one wants to buy. I get it, right? But look at where it's at. Like, if there's ever a time to take a gamble, I don't know, man. Like, because most people will call you an idiot. And that's the thing about this space. And I'm not afraid to say shit that I think anymore because, once again, like, when is everyone bullish? Like if I say, okay, if Algorand was here and I told people to buy, people would be like, yeah, Jordan, I agree with you. I agree with you, Jordan. Algorand's looking bullish. But if I come down here to the range low that Algorand has been in for its whole history of the chart, and I said, this is an interesting buy here, right? An interesting gamble. You guys would be like, Jordan, you're a freaking idiot. You're an idiot, bro. You're going to buy a support level? That looks bearish. Like that's the space, right? That is literally the space. Like I said, if I'm going to take a gamble, man, it's literally at the lows. But most people want to buy it when you get a big green candle. And that's usually when you get effed. So, if algo gets a bounce here, everyone will be bullish on it. But down here, no one wants anything to do with it. And I always like to say that's exactly when you want to do with shit. It is what it is. I still have my algo back. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not terribly interested in algo in particular, but this is a perfect example of just another chart that makes me optimistic on alts because we're getting to that point where it's like, dude, everyone's just giving up on them, right? I mean, they're all at range lows, so it's not that I necessarily want to buy algo in particular. This just gets me hyped for altcoins. Right? Because everyone's selling them, which is great. I mean, get us back down to these range lows. This is fantastic. But yeah, that's another example. I could go through a million of them, man. Like, just give me some altcoins, man. I mean, they're all going to look the exact same. They're all just going to be beaten down to death. And I think that's perfect, man. I think that's perfect. Except a few of them, like there's some that are performing well. But the ones that no one's wanted to touch for a while, like you can go down the list. Polkadot, right? I mean, Dot's slowly making its way back down to that, like it's all-time low, right? I mean, its all-time low is 430. It's at 530, man. I mean, you're pushing it down there. And like this is exactly where you've been going down. Look you've been going down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks, right? This is exactly when everyone just starts saying, fuck it, man. Right in here. So they're all interesting levels, man. We'll see though. We'll see. Obviously, I'm not going balls to the wall necessarily, but I do think they're at it like for longer term holds, like short term, they could certainly still go down, but like for longer term holds, because I mean, at this point, is it really a longer term hold? I mean, we're looking at next year is the halving, right? So I mean, we're getting to that point where it's not even like that's not even a long term hold. Like if you're in the stock market, a year long hold is not long, but in crypto, that's long, right? But like if you're looking at this for 2024, 2025, I mean, it's not even that long at this point, man, right? You're just gonna have some patience because you're probably just gonna end up doing this for a while still. Polka pump. Let's see. Potential double bottom on algo right now. Yeah, man. Algo's an interesting spot. Like I said, if you're ever going to take a gamble, I mean, you obviously have a place where you're like, all right, I'm out. All right, but let's see. Let's look at the top 20 ones. Let's do it. They all look the same, right? They all look the same. One thing I actually wanted to talk about, like besides that, is total market cap. I've been on the longer term, I've just been looking at longer term charts lately, and they all just like the longer term charts and the sentiment, they all just remind me so much of right here. And I found myself like, dude, like, Jordan, what? Obviously, I don't think we're going to do like this parabolic. Even I asked myself, like, dude, what would cause us to go significantly higher for total market cap? And when I find myself asking that and then I also see the sentiment of the market just being the way it is right now, despite Bitcoin only being down like 13% from the high. Dude, it just reminds me so much of over here, where like you got about back above the 50 moving averages. So basically you got a big crash because of COVID, right? Big scare, like huge volume. Like let's bring up volume real quick. Let's bring up the volume real quick. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Right, so volume. Let's bring this up here. Oh, man. Let's bring this up over here. Right, this is not... Oh, because this is freaking total, that's why. Let me bring up... I guess it's easy to look at this with Bitcoin, but I guess look at total, right? We're right at that bull market support band in here. Just like we were over here. We tested it once, tested it twice, and we're going up. But like, I guess it's better to look at for Bitcoin for volume, but basically down here, you got a huge volume spike, right? It doesn't show it on total, but you got a massive volume spike in here. Probably Binance. It's not going to show for total though. But like for Binance on Bitcoin, right? You got a massive volume spike in here. Like huge, bro. It went to the moon. Just like kind of like the COVID crash, right? You big crash, scare everyone, and then you kind of bounce once, bounce twice, and despite Bitcoin going from 3K to 14K in here, and then you get like 2K pull back, everyone's like, oh my God, this is super bad. It's kind of like the same thing in here. Same thing, man. Right? Big scare, FTX dump, right? Huge volume, man. It was like the all-time high volume for Bitcoin on that FTX dump, right? Came up, back test once, back test twice, and now we're kind of in this weird zone, man. But yeah, I mean, you could look at the same thing for total market cap. Let's see. Got a bag of Doritos. Original is the best. Let's go, man. Last of this, I would say now the best is the barbecue. You got to try the black bag of Doritos, man. We talk about Doritos so much on this channel. The black bag of Doritos, and then the purple bag of Doritos. Actually, no. For me, it goes this, and I'm gonna. And there's another flavor. You guys know that the Flamin' Hot Ranch. Oh, you know it's good. But yeah, I would go black Doritos, the Flamin' Hot Ranch, the purple Doritos, the ranch, red. Red, and if there's anything else that exists, just put it ahead of red. Because red is trash. Right? Anderson said you didn't like the black Doritos? No way, man. You're crazy. You're crazy, bro. How did you not like the black Doritos? Psycho Pro said it's year 2100 and Bitcoin is at 26.9. Oh, bro, don't stop at 2100. Just go to 2200. But what's going on, Psycho? I hope you had a fantastic weekend, man. I miss you, bro. I miss you, man. I miss like your fake doomerish, your fake doomer comments to get everyone scared. Squirt, what's going on, Squirt? Yeah, we can look at GMT. Mr. Mario said, how will crypto be affected if the U.S. defaults? dude, I just don't think that's going to happen. If it did, that probably wouldn't be great. I mean, not probably. That wouldn't be great. That's just not going to happen, man. Like, dude, the U.S. has been in this situation, like, I don't even know how many times. I heard some ridiculous. It was a lot of times, right? And they raised the debt ceiling every single time. I just don't think that's going to happen. But they probably will drag it out until the last second, right? Because, I'm not going to get all political in here, but they probably will wait till the last second, and then they'll do whatever they have to do, because they have to, get whatever, both sides have to get whatever they want out of the deal, and then whatever. But I don't know, man. I would assume it would be horrible for markets if that was the case, like really bad. I think there's a 0.001% chance of that happening, man. Whale Talk said Black Swan, we do default this time. Oh Lord. Well, I mean, if that happened, that would throw off all the analysis, I think. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Let's hope that doesn't happen, man. Red started it all. OG, Mike. I mean, I'll eat the red if it's at a party and it's only chip there, and I'm feeling kind of drunk, and I'm like, I'll eat the red chips, but I would never go to the store and be like, damn, look at the nacho cheese. That's just not what I want, man. And do you guys notice how expensive Doritos are now? It's like $7 for a bag, bro. Gets inflation for you. But hey, if inflation stays the same, you should probably expect them to stay $7 for quite a while. But actually, I don't want to talk about this too much. GMT was one someone asked for. This one came out during the bear market, so there's no price action to look back in time. But GMT is basically back down at the weekly low, right? Like many altcoins, right? It's pretty much back down at that weekly low. So, I mean, once again, place your bets in here, right? I mean, the only thing you can really say is cool. I mean, we're back down at the weekly low levels, and you're getting a small little bounce in here. Where's actually? Oh, this is not the chart I wanted to use. Go back. There we go. Go to this one. Here we go. Yeah, but like we're basically back down at. Right, the weekly close, like that previous weekly close level right there. The one thing I'll say, and about a lot of these altcoins too, like if you guys like indicators, which I use indicator basically. Okay, if basically we're at a support and I kind of like where things are, I'll look down at the stock RSI, kind of see where you're at and see if it kind of like agrees. And like you're back down at the weekly support on this. And once again, like this is another one where people will say, dude, this looks so bearish, man. We've been in a downtrend since January. Yeah, but dude, if there's ever a time you want to buy, you don't want to buy once it already pumps up here, man. Like you want to try to get in when it bounces off a weekly support level, which it already has, right? So like, dude, if you just did that, you would already be up. This is a perfect example. Like, dude, if you just bought this weekly support, you're already up 20% on this. Sometimes it's that easy. We just make it difficult. But like, what also agrees is the weekly stocks, right? Weekly stock is crossing to the upside. It's bottomed out. Right, so the good thing about this is long consolidations have sort of reset a lot of the indicators in here, which is cool, which is super, super cool. But yeah, that's really all you can say about this one, man, is like, all right, you're backed out weekly support. We need to get a bounce in here now, which if I had to guess what happens with this one, it's probably the same as, what I expect from the Bitcoin analysis, which is basically this. Until Bitcoin gets a move, probably just do this, right? And then eventually Bitcoin gets that move, right? We see the other altcoins do what the fractals say, and eventually this one gets to move up with the other ones, right? But another one that's just kind of where it's supposed to be at the point of the cycle. It's all kind of funny. You look at all these alts; they're all kind of at that point where they should be for a move up, right? Like either double bottoms or just consistent higher, like 3 higher lows on the weekly. It's just all kind of where they're supposed to be, So and now it's just a patience game, right? It's the damn patience game, man. Let's see. Mike, if anything, the bear market taught Jordan anything, it's how inflation works. Facts, Mike. Mike, are you as pumped about this as I am, man? Nah, dude. This is exciting, man. Oh, Lord. Besides that, though, Bitcoin, it's not even worth looking at Bitcoin, guys. It's not. Like, at this point, we're kind of... Dude, I'm serious when I say this. At this point, we're literally just going to wait for this to play out. And it's funny, it's kind of playing out, right? Because look at in here, let's get rid of these fractals. What's the same kind of denominator on these fractals, right? And you might be wondering, okay, you know where this blue fractal came from? That's 2020. Where did the yellow one come from? I'll show you. It's right before the bull market too. So the blue one is right here, right? Right before we went into a bullish, more of a bullish, like a serious bullish market, right? And then this one was from over here, where it's so funny how all of them start the same with like the first consolidation dump, second consolidation, everyone gets bearish. It's just a back test and you continue up, right? It's the same damn thing, man. This one came from right here, right? You're coming out of the bear market, right? One high, two high, and you just continue up from there, right? Same damn thing, right? So if we sort of bring this over, what do they have all in common? Is just on this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me just bring this over here. So on this, like where we are now, in my opinion, which is like right here or right here, it's just big W formations, right? So big W with a higher low, big W with a higher low. The question is, like, have we seen the first low yet? Like, that's the question we don't know yet. Like, is this the first low? And now we're just waiting for that second higher low to come in to sort of continue up like that? Or have we not seen the first low yet, right? And the first low is going to be like 25K, and then we're going to do this, right? We don't know yet, and we're all guessing. So, like, all I can really say is this is where I think we are, somewhere in here. But I don't know if the first low is in yet. I don't know if we're going to 25K or this is the first low. And we're about to see a move to like 29, pull back again to 26.6, and then continue up. Or we're going to pull back to 25K, come back up to 28, pull back to 25K again, continue up. I just don't know which one, you know? So it's kind of what we're waiting for. And it's the same thing with this one, bro. You know? It's just funny, dude. We live in a simulation, my friends. We do. Like, are we here? Like, was this the first low? Now we're about to get a big pump and then a big dump again, and then that's the higher low and we go up from there? Or do we still have to come down to like 24, 25K? Which one? No idea. No idea. And no one does. Right? If anyone's telling you they know, they have no clue. I'm going to be honest with you. Especially after the 62-month range where everyone's calling pump and dump, but we've done nothing. You know, no one knows. So like, let's just kind of wait it out. But like I said, just be prepared for like boring action. Right? I mean, that's all we can do. I know it's hard to get enthusiastic. Like even for me, man, you guys are probably like, all right, Jordan's not as enthusiastic. I'm actually really enthusiastic about the charts right now. It's just not about it's not exciting right now, and I think you guys can kind of agree with that, right? So. Yeah, I'm basically excited for what's to come. I'm just not excited right now, basically. Let's see. Gen X Crypto said they were all bounced off the 200-week moving average, exactly where we are now. Very true, man. We've always bounced off the 200-week, besides down here in June, which, you know, is it a one-off? Are we going to hold it right here, which is the 200-week right here? Historically, Bitcoin's never broken that. Like, until 2022, Bitcoin stayed above the 200-week in its entire history, except right there. And now look where we are, back testing it now. Right? And everything I look at, just the fact that the confluence of support here, with your indicators resetting, like the weekly stocks are already almost bottomed out at this point, right? So you're fully resetting indicators while you're just holding here, which is really, really nice. And the fact that we're just doing the same price action we've done in the last two bullish cycles before we went on to a bigger run. Put all that stuff together, and your fact that altcoins are doing the same accumulation patterns that they did in 2019 and 2020. You put all those shits together, you can make a compelling case. I'm not just making shit up like some shit up. Like, I'm not just making a shit up like a bull calling for 100K right now for no reason, right? I'm showing you guys why I think the way I do, and I'm very passionate. I'm very confident in this. I could be wrong, right? It's all you. I mean, analysis is just analysis. But like I said, I'm not a perma bull right now. It's just, oh, we're going to 100K this year because I think so, or I'm not being a perma bear who's just like, I think we're going to 10K just because, like I'm showing you guys why. And I think it's more important to know why I think this way than, is it going to be necessarily right? Because knowing why, I think you learn more knowing why than if it actually turns out to be true, in my personal opinion, right? That's just my opinion, though. Let's see. 7 minutes of daily close? Shit. I've been ranting for an hour, man. Let's go. I've been ranting for a freaking hour. And like I said, right, guys, right now, it's like I said, it's tough to get super enthusiastic, so I hope you guys understand. Like, it's hard to be like a fucking Viking right now. It's hard to come out and be a freaking Viking, right? It's hard to come out and get Asia pumped because there ain't no reason to get Asia pumped, So I hope you guys understand. Like, it is what it is, right? But dude, I'll tell you, as soon as we start seeing this play out, we'll be back in this pitch, Then Mr. Hart said, did you read Blockchain Backer's Twitter thread about the halving? I did not. I like Blockchain Backer though. He's one of my favorite guys to watch right now. And he has a similar thinking. He basically thinks that he kind of thinks the same way, but is a little bit different. He basically thinks we're going to up here, but then we're going into a full-blown bear market. Like this is basically a big bear market rally, but like bigger than people think inside of a longer-term bear market. Whereas I think we're going up here, pulling back before we go up higher, right? So it's the same thinking, but he thinks we're going to a full-blown bear market. Where I don't think so. I do think that we're gonna see something like that within the next 10 years. I just don't think it's now. It could be like the next cycle, something like that happens. I just don't think it's now. I think they can still kind of continue the Ponzi scheme a little bit. I think the Ponzi scheme can continue for another few years, right? But at some point, dude, something's gonna freaking break. And we're all going to, everything's going to zero. Stocks, crypto, everything. Just not yet. Come on, Asia, do something. Do something, man. Bro. John said, how low we going? In my opinion, I don't know how low we're going. I'll be confident and say I think we close weeklies above 24K, right? I think we can go as low as 24K in my opinion. I don't think we go below 24K. If we do, it'd be like some big wick scare. But I think any close on the weekly will be above 24K. That's just my guess. And to be honest, like this is a strong support right here, right? I mean, this is a very, very strong support, and I would be surprised to see this hold on a weekly close, right? Wicks, whatever. But on a weekly close, whatever, man. Pump the Ponzi. Pump the Ponzi, man. Ryan Watts said, prepare for massive dump. I just bought first time since March. Oh, it's over. Ryan bought.
Coins going to 10K.
We're all going to the shadow realm now. Oh, I just turned orange, man. Let's go. Light came on. As soon as the light comes on, I start turning orange. It's great. It's great. Oh, man. Well, it's crazy how... It's just crazy right now how like just like Bitcoin went from super volatile for like 5 months to just nothing, man. Like just absolutely nothing. It's crazy, man. Like even these 4-hour candles look like something's happening, but like these move so slow. So slow. It's almost to that point where like you don't even check the price anymore just because you just expect it to always be the same. Like it's at that point. And when it gets to that point, I mean, something's got to give, man. Something has got to freaking give. But maybe it doesn't. And actually, like the way I've been thinking about this, like maybe something doesn't give for a little bit. Maybe. That's your new BTC Maxi aura. No, I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. But like I said, I am as close to a Bitcoin and ETH maxi as you can possibly get, though. Definitely. Dude, I've never been more bullish on ETH. I've never been more bullish on ETH. Just think about it, man. I'm not. You guys like always like hate on. A lot of people hate on me. Like, Jordan, you like ETH way too much. It's a shit coin. Like, oh, it's gas thief. But think about it, guys. Think about all the other L1s that everyone always try to compare to Ethereum. Where are all those other L1s right now? They're in the freaking basement, right? They're all at lows. Where's Ethereum? It's up 2.5x from its low, right? So, like, I mean, I can say whatever, but price action tells the story, right? I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about Ethereum, but price action tells the story, man. You know, it is what it is. And actually, Ethereum chart looks really nice right now. Like the fact that you basically deviated above this high and you just haven't dumped. You kind of just been going sideways. Just shows, dude, that the bears are super weak right now. Like this was their chance to really push this shit down. They just can't do it, man. They just can't do it. Holding up like a rock in here, man. Gas fee. The Ethereum gas fees, man, they're so expensive, yet everyone keeps using it. Right? Everyone told me that everyone unlocking their ETH was going to be super bearish. Dude, from that point, more people have staked their ETH than take it out. Right? Since the whole meme coin craze, like 3% of it was like, dude, no, it wasn't 3%. It was like 1 to 2% of Ethereum's supply was burned. Right? Dude, I can go on and on about why I'm bullish about Ethereum, man. Yes, gas fees blow, but there's a reason why big money uses Ethereum, right? I don't know what to say, you know? But, you know, I do hope they fix that someday. And if they did, nothing would even compare. Like, that's like the one thing you knock it for, is that. Like, if they could ever fix that problem, there would be no need for any other L1. Like, zero need for it. But we'll see. We've been saying that for years, though. You know? I already own more than one ETH. Owned it at 300. Nice, Jim. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, we might look at 1,800 ETH is expensive, man. Right? I mean, if you were in the market down here, too, I mean, there's a lot of the same shit. Like, oh my God, you're going to pay $300 for an Ethereum? You're an idiot. You know, like, it's so funny how cycle to cycle, you think you're buying stuff expensive. Like down here, it was a lot of the same narrative. It's like, dude, ETH is never going to pass all-time highs again, right? You're buying ETH at 200, bro. The market cap is way too high. Fast forward. And now you're back in the same range. You're like, bro, you're buying Ethereum at 1,800, bro. That's way too high. Man, we'll see. It's not just ETH though. That's every coin in my opinion. ETH is about to break into many chains. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, daily close. So we closed that. Is this the new daily right here? Oh, yeah. Okay, we closed that 26,854. Nothing significant about this. Just another indecision candle. Yeah, I mean, there's just not much to say about the short-term time frames for Bitcoin. The one thing I can say is the daily on the BBWP, as far as volatility, has now got a blue bar, which means that volatility is at historic lows. Like, you don't see that very often. Last time you saw that was actually right down here, and that was literally right before we moonshotted. Right down here. See, November 28th. Right over here, super blue bars. Boom. Right. We also got it right here in December. But that was all, like, in hindsight, that was pretty good. And we also got it back over here in October, right? Super low volatility. We got a nice move up there. Obviously, we dumped after, but it's about the initial move, right? But yeah, that is about where we are at, my friends. When you see a blue bar on the BBWP, that means nothing is happening. Right? So that is about where we are at, man. All right, guys. Man, I guess we can kind of chill, and I'll just, if you guys have any questions or altcoins we want to look at, I'm basically going to stick to the weekly charts on altcoins. There's no point in anything looking at anything lower than that. But if you want to look at something, let me know. They're all going to be at relatively the same price. You know? Let's see. Stay out of Goblin Town, said Jerry D. Shout out to Jerry D. Jerry Dizzle in the house. Let's see. I hate when I get blue bars. The blue bars or the blue balls? You know? It's all about the blue balls. It's better than a blue ball. Would you take a blue bar? I mean, I would want a green bar, but it's better than getting blue balls. That is for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, we got the stupid triangle, man. I drew the stupid triangle. Like the meme triangle, which, you know, I think all like symmetrical. There's nothing more meme-ish than a symmetrical triangle. It doesn't tell you anything. But for this meme triangle that we have here, which it's there, right? And we have lower highs, higher lows. Which way will it break? Okay. If I had to guess, like, you know, we're at resistance, right? So like this was previous support that flipped into resistance. If I had to guess, and like, see, there's two ways we can look at this. I still think we would need a low, and there's still a 4-hour wick here. My guess would be, and this would kind of follow, like, this would be a quicker move than I would expect, actually, but I would actually think this would break to the downside. Either a kind of a fake out to the upside, but it ultimately goes lower, or just a move to the downside. That's probably what I would expect in here. We still have this wick on the 4-hour, and then look for some type of higher low to come in. Because if some type of higher low comes in here, then all of a sudden, like, there's the case that, you know, what we've been looking at and what we've been waiting for is that W formation at the bottom here, but with a higher low, right? So if you do see that dump, we're basically waiting for that second, like, kind of dumpish thing, but like a higher low to come in, right? Because see, from here, you're just kind of making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, until eventually you're breaking out, which could take a few weeks, right? Or the question is, if it dumps, like, you know, do we not even make the first low yet? Which is certainly could be the case too. There's certainly like an argument that we still have to go lower here, right, to get ultimately that first low and then the second low, right? It's just, dude, it's a guessing game right now, but ultimately, like, the whole thing I'm confident in is Bitcoin holding above 24K and getting another move to the upside at the end of the day. I just, it's just fun to see, like, how we would get there. And if I had to guess, it's going to be something like we did in the last two cycles, like we said, like this and like this, right? Something like that. Don't rage at me. Jordan, do you own any H-bar? No, I don't own an H-bar. I don't own any H-bar, man. I don't. Right now, I'm kind of... you can kind of call me an ETH maxi plus some narrative coins at the moment, to be honest.
Do you own any bar, and if no, when
like I would tell you, like, right now, I got BTC ETH, right? Link. Those are three I kind of always hold. And then the ones that I kind of have for narrative plays, I got Litecoin, which I've been holding for a few months. I got Alchemy Pay, because we got the Hong Kong launch coming up on June 1st. And you already kind of seen it, right? A lot of the Hong Kong coins have done really, really well the last few weeks. Conflux, Alchemy Pay, they've had last 2 good few weeks. I'll probably end up just taking profits on that before that happens.
out for a virtual trading buddy, hit him up.
Calling out for a virtual trading buddy. Hit me up. Virtual trading buddy. Let's do it, man. Yeah. And then basically, I bought some Uniswap the other day because basically I want to build my ETH ecosystem, right? So I still have some Arbitrum, right? I have Arbitrum, I actually took majority of profits on OP, but I actually think OP is getting to a point where I want to buy again. But basically, I'm looking for Uniswap, Arbitrum, OP, Matic. I want to build that ETH ecosystem, man. That deep ETH ecosystem. You know what I mean? But I did buy some Uniswap, just because it's at weekly support, right? So, I mean, if it goes lower, I mean, I don't like, for me at this point, Uniswap is going to be a hold till the next bull market at this point. But I did buy some Uniswap at this weekly support in here. So, but I'm looking to add into Arbitrum, OP, Matic. But yeah, those are three I'm looking at for sure. Yeah, probably buy the rumor, sell the news on those, Anderson. Yeah, the Hong Kong ones I'm looking to freaking dump on before June 1st, because you know how it is. Like, they pump before and then they get sent back down. The things that make ETH better. Exactly, bro. All the L2s. Oh, that's so true, man. Will Talk said I bought some Link tonight. Dude, Link has been in a year-long consolidation, man. Look at Link. Yeah, anywhere down here on Link is, I think, dude, you're getting a steal in here. Anywhere on like the bottom side of this range in here, you're gonna love that in there. But yeah, Link's one of those things that, like, it doesn't really move until it does. So Link is one of those things, like, don't expect Link to move anytime soon. Like, Link's like one of those things. Like, look at it, it hasn't really done shit since even in like the bullish times, like since May, a whole year of just. I mean, we're in a 40% range in here for Link, you know. But yeah, that's Linky. That's Link the Slink. Chris said no AI coins in your portfolio. I missed out on the AI coins, man. You know, and I don't want to FOMO into AI as much as I want to. I want to FOMO into AI. I do want to FOMO into AI, but I'm not going to do it. Let me look at some of them, like FET. Let me look at FET. Where is the FET? The FET A. Yeah, dude, I still can't justify myself buying this up here, man. like if it, I don't know, because the reason is it just got such a volatile move up here. It just has so much more it could drop, you know, versus the other ones where they're already kind of at support. Like, okay, if I get FET, if you can get FET, I just don't know where this would bounce, you know? Where is it at now? It's at like the 702, the 618 fib. But yeah, I mean, FET, I mean, you could take a gamble on this one. I don't like to get in the ones that already freaking did this, you know? Because the problem is, while the other ones have key, like, already down here at key supports, where if like Bitcoin dumps, they probably just like slowly go like this. The problem with this one is if Bitcoin dumps, like, this one's got so much further to go down, you know. But yeah, I mean, you could. I guess you got to take a gamble at some point on this one, because I don't really see this one coming back down to the low. I don't think that's going to happen. So at some point you would have to. I mean, if it comes to here, maybe previous high from August 2020, maybe the June 2021 lows. But I don't know. You would have to take a gamble at some point on this one. You know? Let's see. Ali's one? Let's see. ALI. What's up with this one? Yeah, man. Give me one that's at the low. Not. I think that they all pump. That's the problem. And that's okay. If I miss out on like some kind of narrative, whatever, man. I'll just freaking pass on it. There's the thing about crypto is there's always another narrative, man. There's always something else that comes out that pumps something. I guess this one's a little bit better. You're kind of back at these weekly highs. Right in here. Yeah, that one's actually not bad. Back at the weekly highs and the stocks are just bottomed there. So you got some confluence in there. This one's not too bad. This one I don't mind. It's a little bit better than FET. Because at least this one got sent 87% pullback back down to support. And dude, if you're ever going to take, like, that's the thing. If you're ever going to take a chance, I mean, this is probably not a bad time to take a chance on this one. As long as Bitcoin holds the line, this is probably, I mean, not a bad gamble. Could it go back down here? I mean, yeah, sure. It could. You know, it definitely could. Hit the like twice in Woods and Water. Let's go, man. Appreciate you guys hitting the like button, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, we're getting through these boring times together, man. But I said there's a lot of optimism around the corner, bro. Right? There's a lot of optimism around the corner. I you know, do your own research. I hope what I'm showing you kind of can make you understand that we've seen this before for Bitcoin and crypto. After a big move up from the bottom, right? 10 to 20% pullback, sentiment gets really, really bad, even though really it's in reality it's not that bad. And then you seeing recovery off like a back test of the previous high, right? We've seen this twice before in the 2 previous bull markets. So like at least I can show you this and you guys can make your own decision, right? But that's my whole point, I guess. How's the stock market futures doing tonight? Let's see what we got going on. Stock market futures are looking beastly right now. Damn. NASDAQ's up 0.33. Woo! Man, dude. NASDAQ, dude. And this is another reason, man. If the NASDAQ just keeps going to the next fib level, I just can't see Bitcoin not following it up. Because you don't see that very often where you got stock markets ripping up and crypto doesn't follow eventually. It can deviate for a few weeks, but eventually, man, like if you see the NASDAQ come up to the 618, you got to, dude, and like gets to that point where it's like too high to deviate the previous high. If it just comes up here, dude, you got to think Bitcoin's going to follow it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like at some point it has to. Same thing on like the S&P. S&P is not as great yet, but S&P coming up here to the August high at 618. You got to think Bitcoin will at least catch a little bit of a bid eventually. It might not be today. Like I said, it still could be a few weeks. But, yeah, I mean, stock market's still ripping to the upside, bro. Let's see. Kennedy said, remember 200 plus people at 19K. What are you talking about, Kennedy? What was 200 plus? I think we're, you know, and I told you, like, it's I can see it at my channel. I can just see it in general. And I don't, like I said, I don't blame people for being bored. But what I know about the space is when everyone gets bored, like basically I can kind of correlate. It's not 1-to-1, but you can usually correlate when people are bored with crypto stuff versus when people are not buying. Usually when people are bored, they ain't buying shit, right? Which makes me bullish, right? At the same point, when the market's, when everyone's super into crypto and it's euphoric, that's when people are buying it, right? Right now, I showed you guys this on Friday, but right down here, guys, I mean, we're at the lowest interest on crypto and Bitcoin search terms. You have to go back 3 years, all the way back to mid-2020 to find a least interested amount of people in searching about Bitcoin and crypto. 3 freaking years. Like I said, I can correlate boredom from not buying and selling, right? It is a very good correlation in there because people like to buy when things are euphoric, right? People like to buy when there's a lot of interest, when things look good, right? So take it as what you will. But like I said, the fact that Bitcoin's at 27K still, and you're seeing almost, I mean, at this point, you can call this modern day Bitcoin lowest interest, right? Which is insane. It's crazy, man. I'm not surprised though. But at the same point, that also makes me super bullish. You know, 10% pullback on Bitcoin, all of a sudden it's a ghost town. Watch everyone start pouring in as soon as we go up like this, right? But that's usually the case. Fear and greed. Oh, fear and greed. Where are we at in fear and greed? 50. Okay. We're still just stuck at that 50 neutral. Which, once again, I mean, if you're at 50, that means you're neither fearful or greedy. You're just bored. Neutral, you could just probably change neutral to bored. You know what I mean? You probably could do that. People were so bored. We had 200-ish people in streams daily. People were gone. Actually, at the lows of the market, it's funny because back in like December, you actually had more people in here in December than you do now. Well, what does that say? You know, but that tells me two things. One, people are bored, and also a lot of people got absolutely caught off guard on this move up. So a lot of people are salty. That's kind of what it tells me, you know. Either people got caught off guard with the Bitcoin move up, right? So they're slightly salty, or people, altcoins are in the same spot as they were back then, right? So it's one of those two things. That kind of what that tells me. Feeling a bit crusty, said Bigden. Nice. He's feeling a bit crusty. I'm feeling kind of crusty too. All right, guys. I think I kind of talked about what I want to talk about today. But I think I'm going to leave it at that. Let's get it. We'll come back tomorrow. I mean, this is going to be my base case probably moving forward until we break this range. I just see too many similarities in here. So I'm out, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Catch the members at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow. And I will catch everyone else at 7 p.m. Buckle up, man. I would say mentally prepare for at least... It may not happen, right? We could get a move sooner, but I would just mentally prepare yourself for like worst case and like best. I would say worst, best or worst, however you want to put it. At least another like 2 or 3 weeks of nothingness, right? Until we get that CPI and till we get the CPI and we get. I mean, the debt ceiling news could pump they could pump or dump markets depending on what happens there, right? But I would say CPI and FOMC, I think, is going to be that real catalyst for the upside move. What happens between then? All right, we got a few options in here, but let's let it play out. All right, later, peace. Catch you guys tomorrow. Later, friends. See ya.